But if the reason isn't, it's because I experienced it within, so I'm experiencing it without right now, then it's wrong. It's completely wrong. And you're giving cause to something that has no power. The world outside of us is dead to us until we give life to it. We give life to it with our conscious mind. It wasn't meant to be, or it was meant to be, is a scam. It's something that people tell you when they don't understand that their mental reality is creating their external reality. This is something I literally just realized after manifesting something that I had been applying to get for since last year. Okay, since last year, had been going after it, and I was just like, maybe it's just not meant to be. Who am I to say it's not meant to be when I understand that I'm God and I am source? All right. The universe is mental. I'm gonna keep saying that. The universe is mental. So the moment you make a decision that puts the power outside of yourself and says that somebody else has the power to be causing your reality, then that has to be the case. They have to have the power to give you that experience or not give you that experience, instead of you giving it to yourself. The moment you said to yourself, this isn't possible, it's not meant to be, you know, whatever it is, it's not working out, and you walked away from it, you immediately said, that's not my experience right now. That is not my experience. I'm not experiencing that. So guess what? The world has to say, okay, well, yes, you know, you're not experiencing that. I'm going to make sure you're not experiencing that. And everything around you has to reflect that. And it's going to double down on it. It's going to make sure you know, hey, this is not for you. And then you're going to start spiraling. And then, oh, it's hard to do this because of that experience. And it wasn't meant to be. All these different things, right? What I want you to understand is that the universe's mental goes well beyond what the words can even describe. Like, that's just touching the surface. Every single thing in your mind, the ideas you accept, the things that you're thinking, the way things are just kind of like manifest out the blue inside of your life, it's all coming from the mental. It is all coming from the mental. So if you haven't connected the dots yet, that's your homework for tonight. Okay, you need to go ahead and connect the dots. Look into your life and see how this led to that, how that led to that, how every single thing in your life, down to the sleep that you had last night, was created by your mind. How it was created by your mind. It's gotten to a point to where I don't even use an alarm to wake up, because I decide before I go to sleep what time I'm going to wake up. And every single time I make it happen. If I say I'm going to go for a run on the next morning, I just recorded a video a few days ago at like 5 a.m. I said I'm going to wake up and go for a run. I normally wake up and go for runs at 6 o'clock. This time I woke up at 5. That's because I wanted to. I do it without an alarm every single time. And it doesn't matter what time I go to sleep, because I went to sleep at like 12 or 1 a.m. Woke up, energized, ready to go for a run and record the video. Like, little stuff like that. When I say the universe is mental, you are in your own world. You're in your own reality. Everybody else is living in their own reality, but how they experience things is completely up to them. It's the same for you. It can be easy if you say it's easy, and it'll be hard if you say that it's hard, but you have to understand that the decision is yours. Okay? Drop it. Drop it. Completely drop it. And I want to say one more thing. Establishing a base for yourself in reality, self-concept, your self-concept, who you believe you are, is so important. It is so important. And I'm about to bring out some notes right now, because like, this was something I was thinking about the other day, and it's so important because it establishes the base for yourself and your reality. Your mind is always looking for a why things are, your logical mind. And even more so, going beyond the logical mind, your identity, you know, who you truly believe that you are internally. All right, because when you go in for a job and you're applying for it and they're not accepting you, then you're affirming, I have this job, I have this job, I have this job. But your identity, who you are, you're not the person that's always chosen. You know, you're not the person that is everyone's top priority. You're not the person that is always looked at, always prioritized, because you're the best at what you do. You don't already have that established for yourself. You know, somewhere in there you're lacking too, so you don't have that foundation to build on top of. Because once you are that person that is truly magnetic, you know, that's who I am. I'm magnetic. I'm always chosen. I'm everyone's top priority. Nobody can top me. All right, I'm the best at what I do. I'm the best in my field. I'm the best in my line of work, whatever it is. You feel me? Once you have that base established for yourself, and then you add something on, it's like, okay, yeah, of course I got the job. Why did I get the job? Because I'm the best at what I do. Because I'm always chosen. Because I'm always prioritized. Because they need me. They need me because of who I am. I went back to I am, and I put after I am exactly who I want to be. I'm focusing on myself. I'm putting all the attention on me. And guess what? Because that attention is on myself and I'm on a pedestal internally, I look down on everything in my reality like I'm supposed to, because I'm creating all of it. There's nothing I'm reaching out for. Everything is reaching out for me, and it should be the same exact way for you. Okay? So when I go back to nothing can ever be meant to be, because for it to be meant to be, it means the cause is elsewhere. The cause is outside of you. Your internal reality is the cause. It is the one and only cause. Okay, I've been manifesting so much stuff ever since I packed everything up and came right back to Austin. Everything has just been, I've just been manifesting so much stuff, and it's all because before I left, that was the one thing that I remember, that the universe is mental. That's like, once you understand that and you go back to that, the moment you experience something, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. You're in control of everything, every single thing in your experience. You know, it may seem like, oh, I'm reaching out and I'm changing this and I'm changing that and I'm changing this person's life and I'm changing that person's life. You are, but you're not. Because you're shifting to a reality where you have to experience that. Not only that, your perception and your experience is different. It's different from everybody else's. Completely different. We establish these like collective rules and laws for ourselves. This collective experience that we think everybody else is having, you know, at the same time. But truthfully, the only reason why we see that and we think everybody else is experiencing the exact same thing is because that is what we're thinking. Remember, the universe is mental. If we're thinking that, then yes, they have to reflect that back to us. Oh, it's the same and it's normal and it's, you know, mundane. But that's not the truth. That is not the truth at all. It's the decision. Everything is the decision. How you feel every day is a decision. How healthy you are, it is a decision. Everything is a decision. Okay? Everything is a decision. Everything is up to you. Like, it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, because there are so many things, subconscious things that, you know, we hold on to, and people we blame, circumstances we point at, you know, different reasons we give for why, you know, we experience certain things. But if the reason isn't, it's because I experienced it within, so I'm experiencing it without right now, then it's wrong. It's completely wrong, and you're giving cause to something that has no power. The world outside of us is dead to us until we give life to it. We give life to it with our conscious mind, with who we are internally. We have to put our awareness on it for it to stay alive, and then we have to put our awareness on it again to recreate it. Memories aren't real either. Memories create a reality that we experience outside of us the moment we remember it. The moment we remember it. There's another creator on here that says you remembered wrong. The moment you think in a way, or you remember in a way that goes against who you desire to be, I'm talking about being spiteful, being hateful, thinking of something that was terrible that happened to you, you know, it's okay to do what you got to do in 3D to make sure you're not put in situations like that. But at the same time, thinking like that puts you in a state of fear, in a state of anger, in a state of worry, in a state of malice, you know. But you don't have to, because the moment you go within and you remember right, you remember in the way that you would have desired to experience whatever that experience was, change it up, make it the way you would have desired it to be, you start changing the things that happen in your life right now. Say, for example, you were abused in your past, and, you know, those certain things happen, but now inside of certain relationships, those are starting to creep into the relationships. You know, whether it's like verbal abuse or the way people talk to you, abandonment issues, they creep their way into relationships sometimes without you even realizing it. But it's not necessarily a past, you know, that was engraved into your subconscious mind like people like to tell you. It's just the fact that you're telling that story. And much like self-concept, you're building on top of that story, right? So you're basically saying, when you remember that, you're implying to yourself, I am the person that is abused. I am the person that is abused. And you just keep saying that over and over again whenever you go back to that memory of somebody doing you wrong. And then you wonder why that stuff keeps happening to you. You wonder why people are walking out of your life. You wonder why people just can't do right by you and why you got to be by yourself. That's because you're creating that. You're still creating it. You've been creating it this whole time. I don't have to experience that if I don't want to. And guess what? Because I don't have to experience it within, like we've been taught to, oh, that happened to you. Now you gotta, it's just like when you go to, I was watching this show called Entourage. And he was talking about how you go to an AA meeting and the first thing they tell you to do is identify as an addict. I'm trying not to be an addict anymore. And the first thing you do is say that I am an addict. Like, let's really think about that. Let's really think about that, because if you've seen just how much your identity plays a role, your I am plays a role in creating your reality, what does me saying I'm an addict do? Accountability, yes, but after you're accountable, when is it going to be time to shift from that person that experienced the abandonment, that experienced the abuse, that experienced being an addict, to being the one that is perfectly healthy and whole? Let the weak man say I'm strong. Let the poor man say I am rich. Let you be the version of you that decides to be who you want to be, instead of holding on to the version of you don't desire to be. Holding on to experiences you don't desire to have. Holding on to qualities and traits that you don't desire to be expressed in your world. Okay? Whew, that was a lot. But I trust that y'all take heed of what I'm saying right now. And I trust that y'all get it. I trust that these things are working out for you. Your day is good. And that you can identify whatever it is you're holding on to, because majority of the time you don't know until it's brought to your attention in a conversation like the one we're having right now, this one-sided conversation. But y'all can comment down below. But yeah, just pay attention. Pay attention to where your mind goes. Pay attention to how you react to certain things, because you make the decision in a split second, the snap of a finger. Something happens and it's like, you know, why is that like that? Or you know, that was bad, that was terrible, whatever it may be, they did me wrong. But really go within and you can experience whatever you want and be at peace, because from that state of peace, you manifest everything. That knowing that I have whatever I want, you manifest everything. There's nothing that can stop you. You're fucking unstoppable. You are unstoppable. Okay? You can be the version of you that has always had money, never had struggles with money, never had to experience anything bad with money, because those are the types of people that just always seem to have it. You notice how certain kids, they grow up rich and somehow they're still rich when they grow up, even if their parents didn't have to give them any money. Like different little nuances like that. That's because they didn't grow up with a limited mindset. They weren't limiting themselves. They weren't the identity that had to work super hard for money, because they came from money. You know, just all these different nuances that most people don't pay attention to, that go into how they experience reality and life today, you know? So whatever you need to change it. But remember, there's no baggage that you're carrying around from the past. Only moment is now. There's one time, and that time is right now. Okay? So the moment you go within yourself and you create the image that you want to create, and you don't need to go, you know, one desire at a time to manifest. You can manifest everything all at once if you truly wanted to. Just make sure you start with your self-concept. Who are you? Are you the version that's always chosen? Are you the version that's, you know, the top priority? Are you the version that is... Create your list of affirmations. I am affirmations. And from there, you establish your identity, who you truly are. Then after that, you add everything on. And I have this job, and I'm with my dream person, and I have my dream car, and I make, you know, so and so amount of money. Why? because I'm always chosen, because I'm the best at what I do, because I am love and perfection itself. You know, all of these different things, you just add it on and that's it. You feel me? Like, you already have your reason for who you are, okay? But the reason doesn't come from the past. It doesn't come from the future. It comes from right now. Right now. So remember, right, there's nothing that could ever be meant to be because you are the cause, and the universe is mental. Your entire world is mental. Thank y'all so much for tuning into this video. My coaching link is going to be linked down below if y'all have any questions, comments, concerns. And yes, I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.